Hitchhiking to go to Lisbon really doesn't go as planned.
Pues mira, yo pensaba el día de hoy que eso se había acabado y que casi no existe, ¿no?
I perhaps accepted the wrong ride and no, I'm a bit lost.
You want to hitchhike in Portugal and you wonder how hard will it be for me to walk through the streets of Lisbon, eat some pastel de nata and then enjoy the seaside in Algarve? Well, you're lucky because I tried it for you, and today we will analyze the last days of my trip hitchhiking from the north to the south of the country. But before anything else, let's start with some important facts you should know about Portugal. It's located in southwest Europe, part of the Schengen area, means that border crossing is easy, currency is euro, supermarkets are open on Sunday, weather can be very rainy or very hot depending on the season, and the most important language in Portugal is Portuguese. But English is also widely spoken. Many people from the older generation were excellent with French, and it was very convenient for me. But you might also have some use in speaking Spanish, because Spain is the only country that shares a border with Portugal, so obviously many people do speak it, and Portuguese and Spanish, they sound a lot like each other. They have a lot of words that are almost the same, so useful to know. And by the way, speaking Spanish helped me to get some knowledge about the hitchhiking culture when I arrived in Portugal.
Pues mira, yo pensaba el día de hoy que eso se había acabado y que casi no existe, ¿no? En su día, cuando yo era joven, hace 30 y tantos años atrás, sí, era muy normal la gente hacer autostop, principalmente gente que iba para la mili y estudiantes y tal. Pero luego por temas de seguridad y tal, eso se fue acabando y creo que eso hoy por hoy no hay.
Disappeared? Oh no! It means that my hitchhiking trip in Portugal is doomed. Not really. I think now it's time to analyze my trip to see how it actually is. I arrived in the north of Portugal because I was doing a big hike, the Camino de Santiago, but that is along the coast. And now I want to hitchhike from north to south.
Hola, disculpe. Do you speak English or Español? Español. Yo estoy haciendo autostop para ir en la dirección de Porto. Quizás vas también en esa dirección.
No.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Do you speak English? Little bit. I'm coming to you because I'm trying to hitchhike to Porto today, and I'm looking for someone who goes at least to the first petrol station on the highway direction Porto. Maybe you go there?
You go to Porto?
I do autostop to go there, yes. And I'm looking for a lift.
I didn't wait a long time to get my first ride to go to Porto. Thankfully, there are a lot of tourists in Portugal, so they could drive me quickly. Porto was a very, very nice city. I really enjoy my time here, except when I tried the francesinha. It's supposed to be an homage to the croque monsieur, but it was just disgusting. When it was time to leave, it was really hard. Going to the petrol station felt like going to Auschwitz, and then
Hitchhiking to go to Lisbon really doesn't go as planned. The petrol station south of Porto was kind of hard to leave, and I perhaps accepted the wrong ride, and no, I'm like a bit lost. But it's a good way to see if passive hitchhiking works in here, and I got my last ride quite quickly, so I'm quite confident. Most people here do small distances. Every ride like drives me just 5 or 10 kilometers, but I feel like they stop quite quickly, and therefore I might get quite easily to the petrol station on the highway going to Lisbon quite soon, so yeah, everything is fine.
after being in 4 different cars, I finally got to the highway, and there I just had to ask people, and I got to Lisbon very quickly, only 2 cars. After Lisbon, my last stop was HITCHHIKING, a city in the south of Portugal. So I took the bus to go to the petrol station out of Lisbon, and I got there at about 11 AM on a Sunday, and there, after barely 5 requests, I got a ride.
For now, the experience is really great. My last driver was a very nice woman who gave me like some food. So yeah, I wanted to share that. I'm happy, and
I arrived at my destination before 3 PM. I'd like to add a note about Algarve because my experience there was a bit weird. It was when I arrived in the country. I noticed that you had many tourists who were really nice with hitchhikers, but
many times I asked locals for rides and they were convinced that I was just looking for the bus station. And as their English is not always very good, it was tricky to explain that I was asking for a ride for free. But I think that once you explain that you're doing, well, you explain what you're doing, why you do it, like in my case, because I want a truly immersive experience in Portugal and meet locals. I mean, people tend to be really, really nice, really helpful. Actually, if they just see that you are looking for help, they will be very, very helpful. So that's great.
Also note that my experience was easy because I was mostly hitchhiking near the coast. I don't know how it is for the rest of the country, but near the coast you have many people living there, many tourists, so of course you have more opportunities. According to the website hitchwiki.org, it's a bit more complicated to hitchhike inland. Other useful infos: the cars with TVDE are taxis, and the license plates from Portugal have a P. Useful to know when you want to reach Portugal from Spain. Now, I think it's time to have our final word about hitchhiking in Portugal.
To sum up a bit everything I did, I've been in Portugal for the last 2 weeks. My average waiting time was more around 10 minutes. I struggled perhaps twice. First when I was leaving Albufeira when I came here, and then I went north to Porto, and Porto was also hard to leave. I think that Portuguese people were very, very helpful. Even when they didn't really understood what I wanted, they were like, a guy told me to wait, my wife is coming, like, and my wife speaks better English. Even people who cannot help you try to help you. So if you want to hitchhike to Portugal, I mean, just do it, because it's good, it's very good.
After that, I easily got out of Portugal just to enter one of the worst European countries for hitchhiking, Spain. But we'll cover it in the next video. While waiting, you can watch my series of tutorials about hitchhiking. This way, you'll know everything about the technique. Well, thanks a lot for watching, and see you on the road.